Look at that shiny paint. All right, I got the pins out for the bucket. I want to get this bucket painted today. So we're really not going to overthink this painting project. It's just a loader bucket. It's going to get scratched, scuffed. Probably a certain percentage of the paint that I'm about to put on this bucket is going to get wiped off and scraped off and scuffed up. You're pushing trees, you're pushing dirt. I've been picking rocks with it. Stone, putting stone around. So it's just going to take a beating. But there's some areas in the bucket that are going to pretty well stay nice. Usually the top and the back. So, and we want to paint these black as well, just to try to get the bucket looking to match the tractor. I want this to match what I've already done. So I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to put primer on, the rust metal primer. We're going to put a coat of black paint on, and we're going to forget about it. Just because it's just kind of how it is with a loader bucket. One thing to note, these aren't paint runs. So in the finished product, if you notice this, that's not paint runs, that is tar. That is like road tar. And I can't really get it off. I was scraping at it. It's on there pretty good. So we're just going to go over it. So road tar is good to keep the metal from rusting. So I got to clean this up. I got to wash it a little bit because I have some residue on from the stones. And the inside, we're not even going to paint. We're not going to paint the inside. Why paint the inside? It's just going to get rubbed off anyway. We will do the top here. I will paint the hooks that I bought, these bolt-on hooks, just to keep them from rusting. And I got to make sure I paint the ends of the pins anyway. So let me get this thing washed off and get a coat of primer on. Once the primer's on, I will come back with you. All right, guys, same project, different day. You'll take notice the 685 and the sprayer are gone. They're up getting filled right now. I got to fill it with water. I got some more spraying to do. You'll notice the spot sprayer's off and the 3-point arms I took off again. Tank and a half I put through that thing. I didn't do any filming just because it's a very slow, monotonous, kind of just puddling around doing some spraying. But we did do that. We got a tank and a half. I really attacked some poison ivy that was climbing up the trees in the fence rows. Hopefully we can take care of that. Maybe let a little bit more light through for the crop. But anyway, the 395 I have up on the jack here. I was getting ready to pull the wheel off and start on the fender, start sanding and painting. That's on hold because the weather forecast changed now, and today's supposed to be a nice day. It was supposed to rain before, now it's supposed to be a nice day. So I'm going to continue spraying. We'll wait for a rainy day to tackle that. I think I left you guys yesterday on this bucket. I did leave it outside overnight, but I think it was dry. And should be finished. This is just one coat of the black. Yeah, it dried, but I have some thin spots. I want to put some more paint on, just to kind of make it look a little bit more complete. So we'll keep working at that. I might put it inside. It is supposed to rain tomorrow, so maybe today I'll get this tractor off the jack here and hook the bucket back on, but then I got to take it off again to repaint it. So maybe we'll just let it sit outside for now. So that's where we're at. I've got to finish spraying. One thing I'm glad that I do, it's a habit of mine, and I don't know if it's good or not. As far as I overestimate everything with this business here. I overestimate my costs. I overestimate what I need to do the job. And usually when you overestimate, it works in your favor because then you have more money left over, or on the flip side, you have more product left over. Well, I overestimated with my herbicide how much I needed, and I got way extra, and I don't know what I was doing when I was figuring out the math, but I had more than I needed. So I am kind of lucky in the fact that I already have it. It's already bought and paid for, so it's nothing to go spray it again. Right now, it's basically just the time it takes to fill the sprayer. So it's filling, and I'll make myself occupied doing something else. So yeah, I overestimated what I needed, so it's here. The product is here. The herbicide's here. I don't need to go running for any extra, and it's already paid for. So I actually had thoughts if I didn't use it, I was going to return it and see if they would refund the unopened containers. just because I don't really like them sitting here over winter, just sitting around. They're not in the place where I get the herbicide from. It's a real, it's almost some of the buildings are climate controlled. So the herbicide never sees temperature extremes like it does here. Here it gets down in the cold temperatures and hot temperatures. So I don't know if it's good having it sit over winter like that, but it doesn't matter. We're going to use it. So, all right. I have to figure out what I want to do. Like I said, I might just let that bucket sit out again overnight, even though it's supposed to rain. It's not a big deal. So we might pull this tire off while we're waiting for the sprayer to fill up and start sanding maybe. I don't know, we have to see. I'll come back with you. Well, I guess I gotta go put the bucket back on the loader. It's its first job since we painted most of it. All right, so this is the first view from the seat of the 395. You can see a little smoke there. The high temperature paint's burning. I'm going to get it dirty, get the first scratches on the bucket. I have that tree that's down in the field, so I gotta get it out of there. And I can't move it by hand, so why move it by hand? So a little bit better view now than I used to have. Boy, and that high temperature paint is just smoking off there. And this tractor will add sulfur to the soil very easily. Smoky one. I don't know, my 685 is probably the least smoky. Once it warms up, when it pulls down, it doesn't really smoke too much. Not like the 560 or the 986 or this. Oh, and it's all the way at the other end of the farm. I'll come back with it. Huh. Wheels are set to 30-inch roads. I don't know if that's a plus. Probably spray with it in a desperate situation. I only have 2 tractors on 30-inch roads. All right, we got the tree moved. Thank goodness, it's out of the way. I don't like trees. I've said it before. Our first scratches. It's a very proud moment. So yeah, right now we're almost. If you'd walk out over there, you'd be on about the highest point of the entire farm. So I can pan around here while the sun's starting to go down. You see the terrain just drops off out there where my hay field is, and then the bottom field out there, the terrain just drops down, just disappears, and then it comes back. It's a rolly place. The most level spot's actually this field here. It's about the levelest place in the entire farm. It's as level as it gets. So and then it goes out, and then around behind is where it's real steep. I don't know. Everybody has their own terrain. This is kind of the norm here. So all right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend if this video is up by the weekend.